Hi, this is Elizabeth. Welcome to my channel. Just wanted to share a little bit of our beautiful rainy weather here in Southern California. I am loving it. We just don't get enough of it. I just had myself a nice hot shower and I'm gonna wait for my sister to come home from the grocery store and head downstairs, and I'm gonna cook us up some chili for this nice rainy day. You may have noticed in the previous section there are a couple video bombs. If you haven't, rewind and check it out. They're on the left side of the screen. Here's ingredients I will be using today. I'm going to be making chili in the crock pot and some cheese bread. My family loves bread. And cheese bread especially. So I'm going to have that, and my sister picked out this lemon crunch cake for dessert. And we have this picture on our counter of our parents. I'm going to go in close. I don't know how good it's going to show here. Looks like there's a little bit of glare. But that's our parents. Aren't they adorable? Now I'll get to cooking. The ground beef I'm using is 93% lean, 7% fat. It's pretty good. My niece got this at Target. It's hard to do this stuff one-handed. I'm going to go ahead and break this up, and then I will brown it. And the only seasoning I use on the meat is Mrs. Dash. And by the way, makers of Mrs. Dash, you could sponsor me, because I go through your products like you don't even know. I mean, I'm not kidding. I am Mrs. Dash Ho. And I like all of the flavors, but I use the table blend all the time. We started using it many years ago when my dad had his first heart attack many years ago, and I stopped using salt in the food when I would cook for them. At the time I didn't live with them. And then I just liked it better, and I stopped using salt in my own food. So I'm going to wash up my hands and then season up the meat and then get that going, and then we'll get the actual stuff in the crock pot. Okay, the beef is browned, and if you hear some commotion in the background, the kids came home from church with their parents and they're moving some stuff upstairs, and as boys do, they're fighting over something, so you can probably hear that. Now I'm going to add the ingredients, mix in the ingredients with the beef here. We've got a can of black beans. Oh yeah, crying. This is nice. A Sunday dinner special. Kidney beans. A little interruption there. I had to run some interference, but we'll see how long that lasts. We've got us a large can of the chili beans. I like to use like 3 beans for a good mixture for the different nutritional values of each kind of bean and the flavors. More crying. Okay, we just survived World War 10,000 between the boys. You'll probably hear some residual crying of Dio because he's now being made to take a nap. Anyway, I was hoping to get this made before they came home, because Dio always kind of needs a nap in the afternoon, and Dominic and he get into it. But anyway, the last thing I'm going to put, well, not the last thing, the next thing is this large can of the tomato puree. I have to switch off because some people in my family like the stewed tomatoes, some like chopped tomatoes, and some like puree. So every time I make it, I switch it off a little bit. And you may have noticed that I didn't drain the beans. I keep all of that in there, and it adds to the flavor, and it comes out real tasty. And Judy from Judy's Place, if you're watching, just pretend I didn't put any kidney beans in there, because I know you hate them. And if I ever make you chili, I promise I will not have any kidney beans in there. I'm going to put in some chili mix. I always use 2 bags We use the original flavor from either McCormick's or Lawry's. Usually depends on what's on sale. And I give it a good mix in. And it looks like I'm going to need a little bit of water. I don't put a whole lot in because I like the chili to be thick. But as it cooks up and broils, or not broils, boils, it'll reduce the water that's in there. So I'm going to do, I'll put like about ½ cup in there, maybe a cup. Alrighty, I've got it on high for, I put for 6 hours, but it'll probably be done in about 4. Now it's time for cleanup. Now we all know Rachel Ray has her garbage bowl. Well, I'm the queen of the double bagged grocery bag. And I throw everything in there. Usually it all fits. Then everything will be cleaned up, at least from this part. And I've got to let the butter soften here for the cheese bread. And when I get to that, I will come back and video that as well. And hopefully there'll be no more drama with children. Wouldn't that be nice? How many of you have a quiet, simple Sunday supper? I love that in my house. Doesn't happen. All right, it's been a few hours and now the butter is softened. And I'm going to mush it up here to make my spread for the cheese bread. Normally I add garlic to this, but I didn't realize that I was out of garlic and I sure was not going to go to the store. Anyway, I've got that mushed up. Now I have to do one thing first before I add my cheese to it. I need to take a slice of bread and butter it and put it away because Isaac likes just a butter bread and I am the nicest aunt in the world and I do that for him. Look, I pulled the bread out. Someone's already gotten to it. This is why we always get 2 loaves of bread, because somebody always gets into it before dinner time. All right, I wrapped up a slice for Isaac, and now this is for my mama, because she is sitting here on the sidelines. She was afraid I was going to record her too. So she gets a little reward for being quiet as a church mouse, which for my mom, it's very hard. Right, Mama? Right. All right, well, both my parents have decided they wanted to eat their chili now, and they wanted just butter bread, so that's all right. I hear munchy noises over there, and they're happy, so that's good. I like to mix my cheese in with the butter. I just take a fork and mix it around. And I know I could just butter the bread and put the cheese on top, but this kind of keeps the cheese from falling off, and it kind of browns more evenly usually. And doing this one-handed is not fun, but you get the idea. And I'll show you when I butter up a slice what it looks like. Okay, here's the prepared bread. It's got the cheese and butter mixture, and I'm going to put it on high in the broiler. I haven't used this broiler yet, so I don't know how many minutes it will take in this particular one. Because you know how broilers are sensitive, and it's pretty much hit or miss. You have to figure out your own timing on those. But I'm going to give it a shot, and I'll show you the finished product. Here's the finished result. The edge has got a little singe there. I need to, figure out the timing on this broiler. It's a lot different than the one that I had previously, but still looks pretty tasty. Here's a finished chili. Came out a little not as thick as I was hoping, but oh well. Tastes good according to everyone who's had it so far. So I'm gonna call Isaac to come over and we're gonna eat together and enjoy our evening. So this was our rainy evening supper, and I hope that you've had a wonderful day and have a wonderful week, and we really appreciate you subscribing to us and watching us. And if you're not subscribed, why not? Click that button. Go ahead. Thanks. Bye now.